Welcome back to Full Speed Racing. We're here at Silverstone, the home of the British Grand Prix for the F3 Cup, their fourth race of the season, and this a real treat on the full Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, their second race of the weekend. The first was claimed by Henry Chart, and it's Chart though who lines up third for today's race because Alex Craven has claimed pole position. Alex Powell showing the front row with him, and row 2 is Henry Chart. Louis Hamilton-Smith victorious here previously in the F3 Cup. Row 3, Gino Ussi and Ollie Ray. Huge field of cars as we sit in car with Ollie Ray. Tristan Cliff as well readies for the off, as does Alice Powell, who raced here last year in GP3. As the red lights come on, the revs rise, and away we go. Good start from Powell from second on the grid, but it's Alex Craven who snatches the immediate lead as they sprint towards Copse Corner for the first time. Henry Chart flows through in third with Lewis Hamilton-Smith in fourth. There's Nick Robinson going around the side of Tristan Cliff. So a good start as well from Chris Needham in the bright red car of David Scott as they all accelerate on towards Magnus and Beckett for the first time. Alex Craven leads the way. Fortunately, pushed from the grid is Robbie Watts. As Alice Powell very bravely tries to make a move with Alex Craven through Beckett and gains the place. Fantastic stuff as they sprint out of Chapel Curve for the first time and down the hanger straight. So it's Powell who leads. Further back, Dave Carrascus and Tristan Cliff almost tripping over each other as Slipstreaming ahoy down the hanger straight into Stowe Corner. Powell leads, second place Craven, side by side with Sharp, then Hamilton-Smith, Gino Ussi, Ollie Ray, and the rest of them 3 or 4 wide into Stowe. All very tight. It's Dave Carrascus who's just been shuffled back of that group as Powell may have had a poor run on the Exeter Stowe because she's now been reeled in by Henry Chart, who still goes side by side with Alex Craven. Craven pushed out over the curbs, demoted now emphatically to third. He runs very wide again out of Club Corner as they head towards Abbey for the first time past the wing pits complex, flicking right into Abbey and then left around Farm. Exhilarating and fast section of the circuit this before they hit the brakes into Village. This Powell just slightly off her racing line as the place gained for Ollie Ray. He climbs up into 5th as he then pilots his Dallara around the loop and accelerates on through Aintree Corner. Silver car of Tristan Cliff heads to the next train. It's Nick Robinson, Chris Needham and the red car of David Scott. So the white car, pink helmet, Alice Scott leads the way ahead of the white car, black helmet of Henry Chart. Third place, more multicoloured car, Alex Craven, then the slight gap back to Louis Hamilton-Smith. The rest of the pack as they all pick their way through Brooklands and into Luffield on to complete the first lap of the race. Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, a real opportunity for the drivers in the F3 Cup to stretch their legs and just see how quickly these cars can go. It's a circuit that really lends itself to good, close Formula 3 racing with slipstreaming to be found and lots of overtaking opportunities. This group of cars all flashing through. James Cross showing strongly as well in these early stages as the leading trio jink their way through Beckett's. Then there's a slight gap back to the fight for 5th and 6th. There's the 6th place man Gino Ussi in pursuit of the yellow and blue car of Ollie Ray as the race leader Alice Powell accelerates along down the hanger straight once more into Stowe Corner. We ride in car with Ollie Ray. The way he hugs the inside of the road would suggest we're about to see Gino Ussi entering stage left. There indeed is Ussi. Ollie Ray though's got the inside line, able to hold his ground on the brakes through Stowe Corner. It backs them into the clutches of Tristan Cliff. And Cliff maybe thinking about the move into Vale. Can't quite do it. Gino Ussi able to move across, takes the racing line. No way through there for Tristan Cliff. Instead he looks to try and wind up the pace out of Club and along past the Grand Prix pits complex again in towards Abbey. 3 cars busy doing battle over 5th position at the head of the pack though. Alice Powell again missing her braking point for Village, but on this occasion Henry Chart not quite close enough to challenge. Instead the real fight, the one for 6th and 7th, because Tristan Cliff in the Omicron car closing in on to the tail of Gino Ussi, accelerating out of the loop then and into Aintree. Tristan Cliff will look to put the toe up from Gino Ussi along the Wellington Straight. Ussi in turn will look to get close enough to Ollie Ray to receive the reciprocal benefit. What it all means is that actually none of the drivers really appreciably closes on the one in front, so they may have to try and gain the ground instead on the brakes through Brooklands. Already you can see accelerating out of Luffield the race leaders, which gives you an indication of the sort of pace that Alice Powell is setting in the early stage of the race. Ollie Ray, Gino Ussi in pursuit. Ussi and Cliff, who were front runners in last year's championship. Eventually losing out. It's Chris Dittman as Ussi jinks the inside of Ollie Ray, can't find a way through. Further back, more battling to be found and enjoyed. It's Stuart Wiltshire on the tail of the bright red car of Neil Harrison. It's around the outside of Philip Austin they went. Austin, the black number 8 car, sprinting along, then start and finish straight into Cops Corner once more. Stuart Wiltshire in the wheel tracks. Neil Harrison doesn't seem to be affected too much from the turbulent air coming from the tail of Harrison's car as they sprint over the slight brow in the road on towards Maggots. Jump further up the field, Nick Robinson in pursuit of David Scott, accelerates out of Chapel Curve and along the Hanger Straight. Again, Robinson's not going to be quite close enough to challenge on this occasion, but this gives you a really good indication of just how quickly these cars go down the Hanger Straight. Robinson's got James Cross right on his tail as well. It's Robinson in the black car, then Cross in the white, black and yellow machine in pursuit out of Stowe into the Vale. Heavy braking area, and David Scott in turn, he's in pursuit of Chris Needham. So they all filter through, and Scott, we've seen on the podium previously in the F3 Cup, quick driver, often goes very well here at Silverstone. Be keen to elevate himself up past Chris Needham. Needham, very experienced competitor, former champion in the F3 Cup, and it's run by the BRSTC. Has problems for Henry Sharp, and Sharp pulls off the road. He's out of the race, promotes everybody up the order, and it gives David Scott the opportunity to challenge Needham into Brooklands. Around the outside he looks, and he's got ahead. Great move that from David Scott, and that the textbook Formula 3 passing manoeuvre at Silverstone. Get the slipstream down the Wellington Straight and then look for the outside track. Brooklands force your rival to move to the inside, brake too early. And now Chris Needham's got to worry about Nick Robinson in pursuit just behind him as they accelerate through Woodcote. On the pit straight, David Scott just jinks to the inside of the road, make sure that Needham is disabused of any notions he may have had of moving back ahead at Copse Corner. Further back still, we've got this trainer cast headed by Neil Harrison, Stuart Wiltshire, and then also trying to gain ground there is Mark Harrison, who looks to the inside of Philip Austin, and Harrison, the second of them in the all-white car. Mark Harrison should gain the position, chasing down then Stuart Wiltshire next in the queue as they sprint out of Copse on their way towards Maggots and Beckett's. Meanwhile, the David Scott, Chris Needham and Nick Robinson fight arrives into Stowe Corner. Still got James Cross staying with that pack, and Cross filling Nick Robinson's mirrors. It's making it very difficult for Nick Robinson result to really launch a concerted challenge on Chris Needham as they accelerate through Club and past the wing pits complex once more. So halfway through the lap here, in towards Abbey. Such a quick corner, Abbey. Really requires commitment from the drivers. They just flip the car in, keep the foot planted, but not that much. Around goes Robinson. Huge spin for Nick Robinson. How those around him have missed him. He keeps the car going, brings its halt now, finds a gear, gets on his way. He loses a couple of places, including the Harrisons and Wiltshire battle. Nick Robinson, I think, can count himself very fortunate to be in the race. The only thing that's going to cost him is a pair of tyres, because I'd imagine that those have been flat spotted to oblivion after that huge moment from Nick Robinson. All the while ahead of the field, by the way, is still Alice Powell, who leads the way from Alex Craven and Louis Hamilton-Smith. This then the fight for 12th position, headed up by Neil Harrison from Stuart Wiltshire and Mark Harrison. Of the three, though, it's the white car of Mark Harrison who probably looks to be the quickest at the moment as they accelerate out of Luffield and into Woodcote once more. Reading the pit boards, it will be shown to them. They'll know exactly where they are in terms of the race and how much time they've got remaining. As Mark Harrison jinks to make the move on Stuart Wiltshire into Copse Corner. Not quite close enough to it on this occasion. We'll try and hope that Wiltshire makes the error runs wide. That's exactly what he does. And that can give Mark Harrison the opportunity to maybe challenge into Maggots. He's not quite close enough, but he's forcing Wiltshire to work very hard for this at the moment. And so Mark Harrison could well see himself moving up through the order. Momentarily, that's he misses the apex through the final section of Beckett. Likewise at Chapel Curb, gives the curbs a fairly wide berth. Those behind maybe a little bit more adventurous as down the Hanger Straight they all accelerate. Stuart Wiltshire on this occasion not going to be near enough to Neil Harrison to really mount a challenge, I don't think. Neil Harrison, no, he's not. Mark Harrison closes up on Wiltshire though. Once breaking into Stowe Corner. no way through, no opportunity to gain the position as around goes Jonathan Weston-Taylor. Big spin at Stowe, gathers it up very nicely and rejoins the action. As still, Ollie Ray and Tristan Cliff do battle. Gino Ussi now clear of this fight, and Tristan Cliff past Ollie Ray, gains the place. So that's up to 5th position for Cliff as a result of that. Ray slips down into 6th as they sprint through Woodcote, moving towards the latter stage of this race as well now. There's Gino Ussi in 4th, Louis Hamilton-Smith long gone in 3rd. Then Cliff and Ray go side by side to Copse Corner, and that's brave stuff from the pair of them. Tristan Cliff, though, taking the outside line, swooping across, holds his ground. As Mark Harrison has raced his way through the Wiltshire and Neil Harrison groups, it's now Mark Harrison to the fore of it, ahead of Neil Harrison. Stuart Wiltshire has been shuffled down. The blue car is Robbie Watts, by the way, but he's several laps down, having been pushed off the grid earlier on, as we saw. Alice Powell, meanwhile, heads in to Luffield for the final time. It's been an emphatic performance here from Powell as she accelerates on towards Woodcote. The checker flag is ready and waiting, and it's another victory in the F3 Cup for 2013 for Alice Powell. She claims the win, several seconds clear of Alex Craven, who crosses the line in 2nd position, and in turn Craven a substantial advantage over the 3rd place finisher Louis Hamilton-Smith, who takes the flag now. So here is the final classification with victory for Alice Powell. Alex Craven 2nd, and Louis Hamilton-Smith completes the podium from Gino Ussi, Tristan Cliff and Ollie Ray. Great stuff there from the F3 Cup. Full Speed Racing will be back same time next week.